Hey Calvary Kids, welcome back to Calvary Kids Sunday Devo. Today we're going to learn about leadership and what does that look like for kids your age. And last week we talked about King Solomon, and he was a leader. And if you remember, he asked God for wisdom and knowledge, and he was chosen by God to construct the royal palace and the holy temple. And I have another tidbit about King Solomon is his leadership style was sometimes a little different, but he put some strong rules on the people of Israel, including some high taxes and some heavy work requirements. He also became very wealthy, and there was a time in his life where he kind of directed his eyes to his wealth and took his eyes off of God. So even though he was a good leader, not every leader is perfect. After King Solomon passed away, the next king was his son, Rehoboam. And his leadership skills were not so perfect as well. And the people came to him and asked him if he would consider lifting the strong restrictions put on by his father, King Solomon, meaning the high taxes and the harder work conditions. So what leaders should do is they should seek some advice, and he did that. And he went to two groups of people. The first group he went to was some elders that actually served with King Solomon, and they were in favor of treating people very well. The second group was some of Rehoboam's friends that were also serving him, and they were more about themselves than about the people. So can you guess whose advice he chose? Well, if you guessed his friends, that you were right. And his friends did not give him the best advice. So his leadership right there had some faults in it. And as a result of that, 10 of the 12 tribes of that time, they moved to a different area and they found a different king. So his leadership skills were a little weak. So how do you become a good leader? That's today's lesson. So we have a little video that we're going to start out about a cute little guy who is working on his leadership qualities. So take a look at this. So wasn't that a cute video, kids? That dog, Pip, he was in training for a leadership spot. And he was training to be a guide dog for somebody who is blind or visually impaired. And what those guide dogs do is they help people motivate around obstacles, and they help people stay away from danger because they can't see for themselves. So did you even see, though, that even though he struggled during his training and he even got kicked out of training school, that he had some things that he learned, because outside of the school, all of a sudden he sees a woman in trouble who is blind, and he knew just what to do. So we're always learning leadership skills. From the age you are now, even to my age, I always learn something new every month, every year, about how to be a better leader. So let's think about some tips about how you can learn to be a leader. So here's a couple of examples. Let's say, for example, you and your friends want to do a lemonade stand. You want to earn some money, and there's about 5 of you. Well, who do you decide does what? Let's say it was your idea, so you feel that you want to lead on it, but who takes charge, who does what? So let's say you know Susie in your group has great drawing abilities. Well, you could say she'd be the one to make the signs for the lemonade stand. How about Mike in your group is really good in math? Well, why not put him in charge of the finances? And let's say you're just good with people. Well, you would be a great customer service person. But you see that you as a leader are finding the abilities of your friends and putting them in the right spot. Let's say it's a car wash. You're doing a fundraising for the church or a school or another organization, and you have a friend who really likes to clean. Well, that would be the person to put in charge of supervising to make sure the workers get the car clean. And again, maybe you have another person who's good at finance and another person's good at talking to people. Put those people in the right spot, and you would have a great fundraising car wash team. How about, what does it look like at home? Well, I think at home it looks like taking the initiative to do things without being asked. That you lead in when it's time to do your dishes. It's your night to do dishes rather than being told once or many times, that you just get up and you do your chores. Or let's say it's time to put away laundry. You see mom has laundry folded up, just go put it away. And that's taking a leadership ability on it. One thing leadership is it's not about being bossy or who gets to be the boss. Leadership is about serving others so that they can learn to do things well. So kids, a challenge for you this week would be to practice on your leadership abilities and serve God in that way that you do them. And know that there's no perfect leader out there. And some days you're going to do great in leadership and you'll be blessed. And some days our leadership abilities, like we learned in some of our characters today, are not so hot. But know this, that God loves you regardless, and He'll be with you always and forever. So that's it for today, kids. We look forward to seeing you next week. Signing off. Take care.